the Georgia game.
Come on. Play. Are you ready to go? Let's do this. All right, we are ND Nation podcast. I am Evan J. Thomas. With me always is the one and only Dennis Stover. We are on episode number 13. In today's show, we have a huge recap to go over. Obviously, Notre Dame beating Georgia in the second round of the CFP Playoff, 23-10. We got Penn State tomorrow in the Capital One Orange Bowl. We will have our predictions and a lot more. Dennis, how the fuck are you doing? And I'm swearing this show, and I don't care.
Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty all right, man. Especially after last week, and I want to say Evan, and to Anthony as well. Welcome to what it feels like to win a major bowl game, because this is your first Sugar Bowl.
Since I've been a fan.
Since you've been a big fan, because the last one was '93, and you weren't watching with me in '93. I was watching A&M.
So holy shit! I mean,
so yeah, isn't it awesome feeling?
It's
like Sugar Bowl champs. I mean, I know we're still going and everything. We still got, and this is the end game is the national championship at this point. But it's really awesome, and I'm not saying this is. I don't want to say this is. At this point, it will be a good season, but I want a natty now. Like, let's fucking go.
It's there. I mean, once you knock off the number 2 team, you have the top 4 seeds are gone.
Yeah.
Everybody that's left is 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we actually have currently the best record left at 13-1. Everybody else is 13-2. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, holy cow.
It's pretty great. It's really awesome. And congratulations to Marcus for being in this team this is the most wins ever in a Notre Dame, 13-1. We couldn't, obviously 12-1 was our cap because that was that. But it's fantastic. And they were dominant against Georgia, and just like Kirby Smart said during the pregame, they look like an SEC team. Well, we've been playing like an SEC team, and I think we can stop all that talk now because the NIL and playing these cats is even the playing field.
Well, if you think about it, with everybody saying that the SEC should have had more teams in, there's only one left. And
but they should.
That team wasn't even in the SEC.
Yeah, well,
they were in the big.
All of those pundits, all those big time cats that get paid for doing what we're doing right now, but we don't get paid. They were all fucking wrong. All
and they actually a
some
lot
of them
were
didn't
like,
eat their crow, and they should have, because we do that when we fuck up. I've been wrong on the show before, and I've been like, hey, correction. But they look, foolish. So anyway, yeah, I mean, it was great. What do we have? 17 points in 54 seconds?
17 points in 54 seconds, and we had – the thing that got me was that kickoff return.
Yeah. Oh,
Holy
man, I was
crap.
jumping up and down. It was amazing.
At the beginning of the second – I mean, Brandon was like laughing at me because I'm up in basically the same as the Jeremiah Love run. I was just like, go.
Were you in North Carolina? No, you just got back.
I just got back to Cincinnati that time.
Right.
So I got back at just before halftime. So I saw the end of the first half and then that. But I was listening to it on the radio. I was able to watch it somewhat on my Sling TV as I was driving. But yeah. Man, I mean, dominance from the defense, especially.
Yes.
Holy cow, man! These guys just put it on.
It was so great. I loved it, all of it.
And just looking at even with Gunnar Stockton throwing for 234 yards, like he was getting.
Oh man! I mean, the strip sack before the right before the half, and we were able to throw the slant to Bo Collins. That was great. I mean, the defense
there was some
just
nice
played
throws.
well. They watched some of that USC tape because they were trying to pick on Christian Gray early.
Yes, they
and
were. Oh
you
my
know,
God, that was bad.
and it was a really good outside of the penalties, but as we are after the game, I guess Marcus told him before the game he wanted them to play violently. He said that specifically. He was like, "I want you guys to be violent tonight." So that's probably why they had so many penalties. At least none of them were like personal
Well,
foul penalties. They were just
we did get lucky
they were
on that,
hype.
especially on those two punts where the Bryant Young came through and kind of hit
Uh
him,
huh.
but didn't actually hit him. Hit him. So it was like they gave him the 5 yard penalty, not the 15 yarder. So that was kind of got lucky on that. But yeah, there was some early on penalties that could have derailed the rest of the game, but they held strong, man. And not only that, but not having Jeremiah Love for basically the whole
Sorry,
game.
dude.
He had 6 carries, dude.
Yeah, well, he hurt his knee. I guess he's good to go for this week, so that's
Yeah,
good to hear.
which is what I heard too. Actually, he had a total of yeah, it was 6 carries for 19 yards. So think about that. Your running back who's scoring a touchdown a game, who's having 100 yards a game, had 6 carries for 19 yards. The team alone had 37 carries for 154, led by Riley
Yeah,
Leonard.
I
That
mean,
fucking kid has put it
Georgia's
on his back.
defense is. I mean, they're good. They're one of the top in the country. But
Yeah,
let's see, we had barely a minute more in time of possession. They had two more first downs than us. We were 4-14 on third down efficiency. Held them to 2-12 though. We only had 244 total yards. It's just that defense and special
yeah.
teams, man. It's all three. It's great. It's awesome. It,
All three phases of the of football basically worked out. It all came together, and we're in the
we're
next
in the
round,
next
man. I
round.
mean, the fact that honestly, even though I picked, I mean, and think about that too. You and I, our predictions last week were
Very
actually
close.
very, very
I
close,
said
not too
24 to
far off. I
20.
mean, you were 24-20. I forgot what I was. What did I say? 24. Yeah, I think I was like 24 to
Uh huh.
13 or something like that. But even though, I mean, we kind of see how this team has gone this year and how it's progressed just from the loss to NIU, which is everything that they talk about now. Apparently,
I think
F
he showed them.
NIU,
He
F
he
that
showed
game.
them some of the game NIU this week, so they wouldn't again get ahead of themselves and get ready. Because
Not
Penn State will
forget
be
about
it'll
it.
be tough. But they haven't had. Well, I don't know. Are we finished talking about Georgia?
Well, I was actually just about to get to Penn State, so yeah, I guess we're done with Georgia. So you know what? Bye bye,
Yeah,
Georgia. See you
man, that
next
was
year.
great. It felt good to beat another SEC team. Started the season beating one, and well, not ended the season, but our last game
Close enough.
that we
We're
just
there.
played, we beat an SEC team. So that's pretty rad, man. I'm
There you go.
all for it.
And
Oh,
tomorrow, I mean,
you know what we could talk
yeah,
about first?
go.
How
What?
the Oregon Ducks, how smoke and mirrors that team is.
um, Ohio
Whoo!
State's just freaking
How do they not do
incredible.
that to like? I don't know how they did do that to
How did they
Michigan
lose?
and
Yeah,
how.
how did they lose to Michigan? By the way, all of a sudden there's a bug
Oh
flying
yeah,
around here. I don't
that's
know
all
what
right.
that was, but yeah, stink bug. But how do they lose to Michigan and then play like they have the
The
past
past
couple
two games,
weeks?
they've just destroyed, dismantled teams. Defensively, yeah,
Tennessee,
yeah. Tennessee
Oregon,
and then the number one team in the country at 13-0, just
and what did you
crushed them.
say? They just want to be playing painted beard in the final. Is that what you said? Something like
Oh,
that?
just for men? Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
just
like,
for
it's gonna.
men, painted beard. Hey
They
man,
yeah,
don't
everyone
don't don't hate on the just for men. It can work. Trust
I
me,
have
it
no
works.
problem with but it's like an unnatural black. It's like,
It's
dude, don't
pitch
you? It,
black.
it it just doesn't look right on him. It's like you realize you look like a moron, right,
He
dude?
looked
It's
he
like
looked like he
I
took shoe polish and just went like this on his
exactly,
face.
yeah, yeah, right, exactly. It looks so bad. And
Oh my
I don't. I
god.
again, Ohio State's not a team that I hate as like a Michigan or spoiled children or other schools I hold like super resentment to. You know,
I
but
agree.
I just don't like Ryan Day. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he's a
Like,
douche.
yeah.
Just like what's his name was before that, Urban Meyer. Same
Yeah, I
thing.
just don't like
He was a
Ryan
douche
Day.
too. I mean, but I liked Urban at Florida. I just didn't like him at
I didn't like that team.
Ohio
I didn't
State.
like, yeah, I was like, plus I was still salty because we couldn't get Urban. That's, that's he went to Florida over us,
Yeah,
you know.
makes sense.
But, hey,
So you
here we
were
are.
talking to me. Go ahead.
Oh, no, go.
So you were talking to me before we got on the comments that James
Yeah.
Franklin said today about Notre Dame. So feel free
Here's
to kind
another
of
coach
rehash
that's
what
like,
that was said.
Penn State, you don't hate Penn State. They're cool, tradition, great uniforms. But James Franklin is another one. This Muppet, he made a comment. This is what he's thinking about. This Muppet, he makes a
This
comment
Muppet.
about talking about ND. Oh, they really need to be in a conference. They really need to be in a conference because they need to have a 15th game and this and that. And I'm thinking, one, it's got nothing to do with anything at this point. And you realize like Ohio State is now at the same amount of because you played an extra game because you were in the conference championship. You dunderhead. So Indiana again, it's just
It doesn't make any
0 cents,
sense.
and he hates Notre Dame. I mean, this is nothing new about his comments in the past. We could go to Google right now and Google comments he's made in the past about Notre Dame, and I guarantee you, it's been definitely some independent comments. And why he chose to say it's just hilarious because you only played an extra game because you made it to your conference championship, dude.
Yeah, like why is he fixated on that now?
Exactly.
What? Oh, we need uniformity, is what he
Okay,
said.
yeah.
With okay,
Uniformity? Yeah.
what?
Well, guess what, dude?
What?
Maybe he's pissed because Notre Dame got to bank all of that money from the Sugar Bowl, whereas the conferences
$14
has to
million.
spread it
Holy
amongst
shit!
all the schools in the conference.
True.
So,
That's very possible. That's very possible.
but
But
that
then
should
again,
be
you think
like,
about it.
fuck you, James Franklin, about the independent thing. Like, you don't want us in the Big Ten anyway, dude, because we'll have your ass every fucking year.
They'll be as irrelevant as Rutgers
Yeah,
in the Big
dude,
Ten.
just relax.
Yeah, I mean, yes, you do have to give Penn State credit for who they've beaten, who they played this year. Yeah,
Who'd
they
they
did get
beat?
beat by or
Who
stop.
did they
You don't.
beat?
You can't ask
Who
me
have they?
questions.
Okay,
Nobody.
they beat SMU and they
SMU.
beat Boise State.
Yeah, and both of those teams, I've been told, are pretenders.
Right,
So
and so yeah,
there you go.
and everybody thought we were
I
a
mean,
pretender until last week. You
that's
know.
true. Even you and I kind of doubted it, even though
Well,
we
I mean,
kind of did
if they
not
had
doubt
Gunnar Stockton or not Gunnar Stockton, excuse me, Carson Beck, excuse me, if they
it.
had
Carson
Carson
Beck.
Beck under center, they might have gone.
Then it would have been 35
It could
to
have been a
10.
little bit different. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, that guy is.
Notre Dame would have had a pick
That would have
six
been
on that
awesome.
freaking troll looking dude,
Yeah, he
man.
showed no emotion when his guys was going like they just scored and he just sat there deadpan like no like
I think I've seen some memes of him going like, me next year, like backing up somebody somewhere. It was just kind of
yeah,
funny
he'll be playing in the
because he's going to be a
what's the
back.
spring
He'll be a
football
backup in
league?
the NFL. The
UFL?
XF USF
USFL?
USFL.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, that's
XFL,
like the combo of XFL.
XUSFL.
But no, Beck will get. I don't know if he'll get drafted. They say he will, probably third roundish, but who knows? He'll be a backup. But just the fact that's actually the one thing that I've seen a lot of people say. Well, Notre Dame didn't beat our number one quarterback, dude. That guy's kind of not been good all year,
Right. He
and that
that's
even
what that, I
showed
was having a
in the
text
middle of the
conversation with a
season.
friend, same thing. I'm like, yeah, you bring up a good point, and I might have swayed my pick to because Georgia's defense is a difference, and Carson Beck, yada yada yada. I mean, the guy was supposed to be a number round draft pick at the beginning of the year, and now he's and we all see why. I mean, the guy he has like 10 or 12 interceptions. He has a ton of interceptions.
How did we get back into Georgia when
I
I
don't
said
know,
we were done
but
with them?
this is a good show. Anyway, all right, let's
That's
get
just
on
what we
to
do.
the old man. I was gonna say it, but I'll just hold it. I was gonna make a
Oh
reference to Penn State's
man.
controversial past, but I'll just leave it. I'll just leave
Oh
it at
yeah,
that.
It starts with a P and ends in an
Yeah,
O.
anyway.
Or that's a 4-letter
I
word.
wish I could
So
I wish I had a keyboard so I can type in. Well, that wouldn't be bad. It would be good anyway.
well, actually, you
Anyway,
probably could do that,
yeah,
but we're
we
not going to
won't. I
do that
won't do
right now.
that.
So,
That's.
okay. Oh no! Now my graphics show up. There we go. So let's switch it to what we're discussing here. So Notre Dame
Here we
takes
go.
on Penn
Yes.
State tomorrow, and it's another late game on a Thursday
Well,
night.
seven
Obviously,
thirty
last
is a
week's
lot
game
better than
against
9
Georgia,
o'clock.
dude, that was rough, but it was good for me to get there then. Obviously, one thing we didn't talk about either was the terrorist attack in
Oh
New Orleans
yes,
on the day before, on the first.
yes,
So obviously, the game got pushed back.
that's right.
Obviously, there was a whole hullabaloo about will the game go on?
Oh,
People
that's
early
right.
on were like yes, then it got pushed back, and then boom, we're
I
back to where
forgot
it
all
was. But
about
I
that.
actually think that extra day kind of helped helped
Both
both
teams.
teams. It never helps just
No,
one
of
team.
course not.
But now Penn State actually has 2 extra days of rest
So they could be,
going into
that's
tomorrow.
the whole.
Too much.
I have another good thing to bring up. You know what's funny too? Okay, so everyone,
Top 4 seeds
correct.
lost.
Everyone's all belly aching. Oh well, the first round bye thing. So it gets me because last I remember, there was BCS for a long time, and then we had the CFP start in 2015 or whatever, right? BCS 98. So what happened? I don't remember any games being played in December then. So I remember teams would
No.
be off for like a month and then play
It would be
January 1st.
five to
And then
six
play
weeks.
January
Five to
1st.
six weeks.
And those teams got up to play, and there was never the thing of, oh, they had too much time off. The bye week is, you know what I'm saying? These
Yeah.
cats sound so
Oh, I know.
stupid. Stop paying these people for their job they're doing wrong. Because I don't understand. It's
Yeah.
like, were they just born last year and they don't remember the BCS? Because again, if you played the SEC championship Thanksgiving weekend, right, and then you're Alabama, and then you're slated to play in the national championship game, which is, we'll say January 1st. That's 4 weeks, man.
That's
So,
4 weeks. And then it got pushed back another
right.
week. So then it was the second week of
And
January.
nobody would
So
ever
that was
say,
5 weeks
well,
there.
number 1 and 2 are playing and they've had so much time off. Or I don't, it doesn't make sense. It's a stupid fucking argument.
The other thing that I heard too, which actually does make sense, is all 4 teams that won last week all won their home game the week before. So it's almost like that gave them more pep in their step going into this last
Yeah, but also,
week.
too, think of how
We're all
banged up they are, too, from playing all the games. Like, Mark, I was just watching it
correct.
before we came on live. I was watching SportsCenter, and they were doing the thing, piping up the game tomorrow. And they were interviewing Marcus Freeman, and he's like, they were asking him how Jeremiah Love is. Jeremiah Love's he's gonna be good to go tomorrow. We'll see. And he's like, is anyone else not 100%? And he's like, nobody's 100%. We've played a lot of games.
No,
So
you
everybody
played
is
14
I don't
games.
understand these guys. Is it just for to get a rise out of me or something? Because they're making these talking points that are just they're nonsensical. They don't make sense. They're not thinking about this is the first year of the 12-team format. Can we just get through it and enjoy it for what it's been?
Yeah.
And then figure it out
I
next
love it.
year.
I'm loving it.
I love it too.
I love the whole aspect of it. I'm enjoying all the fact that you have, and people were saying this. Here's the other thing. People were saying this last week. Well, if you didn't have the 12 teams, it would be Oregon or Arizona State, Boise State, and whoever else that lost last week to Georgia. There you go. That should have been the Final Four. These other teams
No,
should
it wouldn't have because they
but
didn't
those other
finish.
teams just waxed your asses.
Yeah. That's how the seeding was for the playoff. That's not how they finished in AP or.
But you know what I'm saying though. It's like the top 4.
It's like
all
everybody
lost,
is a brand new college football
in.
fan or something. They don't remember the history or what has happened. It's driving me nuts because I haven't been paying. I'm usually on point with other teams and other players, and I've kind of faded over the years, just the last couple years, just for the simple fact I found that sometimes in life there's bigger things in life than sports right now. Anyway, so
Correct.
with that being said, I still am a college football fan to know that the BCS and the 4-team format was just not that long ago, and they're
And the 2-team format too.
that's the
2-team
BCS.
format
That's
was
the
what?
BCS, dude. 1 versus 2.
There you go. Okay, that's right.
That was the
Yeah.
BCS. The BCS was from like 98 to 2014, and then 2015 is
14,
the
and then you
playoff.
had the
Is the
4.
playoff? It still counts from then. Like the CFP started in 2015. This is still the CFP. It's just 12 teams now. So that's why Jeremiah Love has
Correct.
the longest run in CFP history, or second longest run. But yeah,
Because
98
it's
yards.
more games being
Right.
played.
But it's just let's just
So-
get through this year, and then they can come up with the reseeding, and belly aching, and it's just it's dumb. It's just I don't get it. It's about as dumb as James Franklin worrying about Notre Dame's independence.
and we were worried about starting the playoffs, having to play at home against Indiana and then Georgia. So it's like
Yeah,
all
that's
of a
a
sudden
gauntlet, man.
people are
Indiana,
saying
but
exactly.
still,
It's not like it was easy. And then all of a sudden, people after Georgia loses, they're like, "Oh, they weren't that good
right,
anyway."
right.
What?
Now they're not that good, but they won the SEC
But they
championship
just
and they
beat
beat
Texas
Tech
twice. So it's like, where are you coming from with
yeah,
this?
it's nuts. It's just
Basically, your best SEC team was still left at number 2 and got beat by an independent.
yep. That's
That's
just what
just what
happened, man.
happens.
People can't handle it.
This is why it's called a playoff. You play each other to kind of move
Yeah, games
forward.
aren't played on
If
paper,
it was
man.
like exactly,
It's just bananas. This ain't
it's
fantasy fucking
nauseating.
football, man.
It's nauseating.
You
Yeah,
cats need to
exactly.
stop playing that bullshit. Play Dungeons and Dragons. You might as well.
And I'm thinking too, like you were saying, why are people like not smart with even recent history? I think social media is making people even dumber than they were.
Why do you think I'm not on it, man?
I know, but hey, I'm on it. Does that mean I'm stupid? No. I just know what the hell I'm talking about.
Well, as long as you can correct yourself,
And I don't have any problem saying I'm wrong.
or make sure, or
Heather could
proofreading
admit that
or fact checking. Proofreading and fact checking, not just like writing things to your narrative. Because
yeah. Oh, exactly.
unless you're an opinion writer, then obviously it's
Now,
your opinion.
be glad you're not in any stupid ass college football like group chats on social media, because that is a bunch of freaking trolls, man.
Yeah,
Those people
talking
are just
shit.
straight up idiots when it comes to football. I think half the stuff they put out there is just for reaction,
Yeah,
and I
I'm
think
sure.
a lot of stuff that's put out there is for likes and comments. So it's like they put the
Clickbait and
dumbest
all that
shit,
stuff.
total clickbait bullshit that's out there. All right, tomorrow. What are we looking
Tomorrow.
at? You go first. Holy shit.
It's gonna be. I think our offensive line will be the factor, and I think it's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be like a throwback game. I think like low scoring defense, if maybe some good plays here and there. I think we can get to Aller. I think we can really pressure him. We got to keep those 2 running backs down. They're pretty good. And make sure 44 doesn't get loose.
Oh, Warren, the tight end.
Yeah, that's the X factor for them. That guy's a load.
That guy is
He's
your
awesome.
Brock Bowers of Penn
But
State.
USC
right
was up big, or not big, but they were up on Penn State. And I mean, I got Notre Dame. I'll go. I've been taking 24 all the time, so let's go Notre Dame 27, Penn State 20.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, 27-20. Notre Dame wins.
27-20, Notre Dame wins. I'm going to say what's going to happen tomorrow. Defense is going to be all over Allard.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm looking. Even without
Bryce
Riley
Young is
Miller.
going to go nuts on that guy.
Dude, those kids are going to be so hyped. I know both sides are going to be, but I can see Notre Dame's kids just being even better. Notre Dame's linebackers, to me, are better than Penn State. Notre Dame's DBs are better than Penn State's. Notre Dame's quarterback, but he could run a fucking offense.
Oh, he's a better, he can. Aller's definitely a better passer, but Aller misses a lot. I mean, he started out hot, and then he'll go and he'll miss like 7 or 8 straight, and then he'll pick up again. So
I'm
he's
gonna
streaky.
I'm gonna say the four running backs. Basically, you have Aeneas Williams, you have Price, you have Love, and you have Riley Leonard.
Right.
That'll be key because if you look at last week's game, Riley Leonard only had 90 yards passing. Nobody gives a shit about the passing yards. It's all about ball control, moving the ball downfield, and
Well,
that's
that's
what he did.
right. And don't you think Georgia tried to take away the run?
They did try. Obviously, they took away
Yeah.
Love, but they could not stop Riley Leonard and just what he was able to do. That kid, Leonard, at the end of that game when he made that jump in the
That
corner,
hurdle, that's going to go down. That's going to be a Notre Dame lore story if they win
that
a
thing
natty.
is my
If they win a
god.
natty this year, that'll be on a T-shirt. That'll be like Riley 4th and 1. Riley whatever.
Yep,
Some
man,
his.
and the balls that Marcus Freeman has shown with play calling and going
Yeah.
for it on fourth down in your own territory
Yeah.
with 6 minutes left. And being like, all right, we're going to see if we can draw these guys offsides. I don't think that's actually what he was looking to do. I actually think he was
No.
looking to actually just get the first down. And the
Yeah.
fact that they jumped and then got the first down made it even better. I mean, we were both going nuts when that happened.
It was great. It was
So,
great.
so I'm looking for the running game to be again special. I'm going to expect a couple really nice hits on passes because what I've been seeing in practices, they were showing some passing to the tight ends. I want them to be more involved if the running game isn't really there.
Yeah.
Toss it
Well,
over,
maybe who knows? Maybe Denbrock saw something in their defense that he'll
he's going to have
exploit.
them. He's going to carve them up somehow. Whether
I
it's going to
hope
be
so.
whether it's going to be running or it's going to be short passes or take that shot long once in a while.
Yeah.
You got to keep them set. So I have my prediction here. I have Notre Dame 23, Penn State 17.
Nice.
So
I almost went there.
And you kind of made me change it at the end where you're like it's going to be a low scoring game because I originally had 31-17 Notre Dame.
Jeez, no,
I
man.
don't know if they can get that extra touchdown though, unless it's like a defensive or.
Well, that's why I went
Special
27
teams.
because I'm like the way they've been going, they should get some kind of. I mean, their defense, their number 2 in scoring is 13.6. Excuse me, right behind Ohio State at like 12 point. They're right there.
Yeah, but so is Georgia.
Our defense gives us. Georgia was number 3. Our defense gives us 14 points, almost 14 points a game, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It's bananas.
It's crazy. And then
bananas.
we have the other game, which is going to be Friday. That's going to be Ohio State and Texas. That is the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic.
Yeah.
And that is at 6:30 Central Time on Friday. OSU is favored by 5.5. I'm expecting Ohio State to just put it on them.
Yeah, you gonna take a score?
Yeah. No.
Nah.
I
think Ohio State's gonna win, but I think it's gonna end up being closer. Ohio State can't go 3 in a row and just dominate like that.
Well, you never know, but that's why they play the games because it's not played like you
Texas
said,
defense is pretty good too.
They are. And Quinn Ewers, I mean, even if he has a bad time.
But that Ohio State defense, though, man, good God.
Not just that, but their wide receivers are disgusting.
Yeah, shit. That's Smith, Jeremiah Smith. Wow.
What is he, a freshman?
Yeah.
Isn't that Keyshawn Johnson's nephew or something? Somebody said something like that.
Oh, maybe.
He's some Hall of Famer's nephew.
Nice.
I forgot who it was, but yeah, that's going to be a damn good game too this weekend. And I'm going to be sitting there vegging out and drooling all over myself after my surgery tomorrow. Hopefully I'm not hurting my jaw with my yelling and screaming on Notre Dame winning.
You're going to be all hazy and stuff, man.
I'm going to be on drugs.
Yeah, sweet.
And illegal stuff, which, that should be fun.
Awesome.
But, man, I'm just obviously I'm already stoked for tomorrow.
I'm very excited. Very, very excited. I don't want to get too ahead of myself because last week was such an emotional win, and
I cried. I
was
cried
looking
right
so forward to it.
You and I talked immediately.
I'm saving that for the Natty. I've already cried a lot of tears for.
I know.
I'm waiting for the Natty, man. You should cry. That was your first major bowl win you've ever seen, Notre Dame. So it's a good feeling, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, fuck a. It's a Sun Bowl and and a Hawaii Bowl.
Oh!
You
Let's
know,
get it.
Pinstripe Bowl.
You got 2
You
minutes
know,
for that.
what you got?
You got two. Those need to go away.
Oh, just all the other bowl games now?
All the other bowl games need to go away. Have the main ones.
They make so much money. Well, not really.
Yeah, but
nobody's
effing
showing
goes.
up. Right.
I mean, unless it's a big school.
It's for the
nobody's
schools.
Really going. Yeah, I know.
You know, it's rewarding the students in the schools. That's what we're forgetting. That this was, you know, it was once college athletes, and now they're just semi-pro kids now.
Now it's all about the almighty dollar.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't get any comments today. Nobody put in any.
Nobody's watching. That's all right.
All two people are watching us.
Yeah, we might.
We got somebody on our YouTube channel watching right now. I saw that at one point we had like 4.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, 4. 4.
Right. Well, people just go through 4. Oh man. I hope we get this win.
And we will have another show hopefully next week. I hope I'm not wearing a mask, so my fucked up face isn't all messed up. But we'll see how that works out after the surgery. But yeah, you and I should
be great,
do something. I mean, if I have to put a bag on my head, whatever, I'll be good.
Well, hopefully we'll get on. We'll be celebrating another victory. And talking about January 20th. Oh my God, I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Exactly. Let's worry about tomorrow. Get through tomorrow. And as I said to you a couple weeks ago, I am not buying any merch for any of these bowl wins until after they win the national championship.
Yeah, well, it depends on where they go, but yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna get a Sugar Bowl or an Orange Bowl shirt. No, give me the national championship.
They get the Natty, yeah, definitely.
Well, yeah, that's what I just said. I just said we'll get the Natty shirt.
But what if they lose to Penn State? You wouldn't buy a Sugar Bowl shirt then?
No, why?
Oh, I would, because it's still a Sugar Bowl win.
Oh, the Sugar Bowl, but not tomorrow's game, not the Orange Bowl.
Correct. If we lost.
Yeah,
but we're not going to lose. I'm just saying.
There you go. See, I love the confidence already. So there's Dennis right there. We got the confidence. Hopefully Notre Dame does.
Go Irish!
Deep breath. We are literally right now, as the moment we are here, 24 hours from kickoff.
Oh, shit, 7. Yeah, nice.
At this moment. 20. Oh, look at that. 2 more people just jumped on. That means something. Somebody's paying attention somewhere.
Ooh, they heard us.
24 hours.
24 hours, folks. 24 hours till we get that.
Who's favorite?
Muppet James Franklin throwing his headset.
Notre Dame's favored by 1.5 points.
1.5, yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. I like playing the underdog, but you know what? I'll take it.
Dude.
We were the underdog last week.
Yeah.
Right? By 2 points? 2.5?
I think it was. Yeah, maybe it was.
It was 2.5. All right. Well,
cool.
That's it for today. And if you want to follow us, we're on the socials. We are Indy Nation all over our website. We are IndyNation.com. For Dennis Stover, I'm Evan J. Thomas. Until then,
go Irish.
Go Irish.
Beat Penn State.
Pedo University.